personnel group that you would select to use. But I think it's a very important part of the offense. We'll continue to look at that for opportunities to have more consistency in the run game with the use of the fullback. Chandler, in the limited snaps that he's been in on, has done a good job and has performed well on those snaps. It's just a matter of, maybe getting an increased opportunity for him to be out there. It's something that we always look for in game planning, whether it's that grouping or other groupings that might help us in the run game, which we definitely need to make improvements on.
How is Haynes, because he hasn't been thrown a pass this season so far?
Yeah, I think that the primary role of that position obviously is as of a blocker, but certainly there should be opportunities in the pass if you're using that position and trying to have balance with them. Chandler, hasn't had an opportunity to catch the ball in the game, but he certainly has showed the ability to catch the ball at practice, and when we've done things with him in the pass game, he's done a decent job. So it's just a matter of having an opportunity to do it in the game and show he can do it.
We know that Kalen's 1.9 yards per carry average is a team stat, which also reflects on the offensive line, the tight ends, and the receivers. That said, do you think Kalen can do some things better?
I do, and I do truly believe it's a team stat. I believe that we're involved in that as a coaching staff also. We can do a better job of putting Kalen in a position to be more successful. As I've said all along, we have confidence in Kalen, but we also know that this is a team effort, and it takes all of the other guys to do their job for him to do his. And we can all be better in this area, including the coaching staff, myself first and foremost, putting him in a position to be successful in the run game. We're going to work very hard at that. And, I think that he'll have opportunities. And my hopes are that he'll make the best out of those opportunities. And my hopes are that everybody will perform at a level that they need to around him so he can do his job really well.
Chad, the 2 times you used a Wildcat against the Bills on Sunday, very successful. 2-part question: what led to the success of those 2 plays, and might you be inclined to use a little bit more often?
Yeah, I think that it was, it's nice to have those type of plays in your game plan that are a little bit different. We'll always look to do something a little bit different. One of the reasons why, we were able to do that is because Kalen is good at that. I think he's done a good job in that position, and there are some decisions you need to make at that position, whether, to hand the ball or to take and stick your foot in the ground and get vertical with it like he did on the first play. So I think that the first thing is he does that well. I think it's also important, maybe not only the Wildcat, but to have other things in your offense that might be a little bit different outside the box to help you, when you're not having as much consistency in the run game as you would like.
When we see the numbers with Devante Parker, at the start of the season, has anything changed by how you've used him or how you planned on using him to how you're using him now?
No, I think that, Devante kind of established early that he was going to be a player that was going to contribute a lot to us for us in the pass game. And I think he's kind of continued to progress. I think Carl Durrell's done a really good job with him. Spent a lot of time with him individually on working at the finer details of playing the wide receiver position, which I think he's really been detailed for us and very dependable. I know that the quarterback has a tremendous amount of confidence in him right now, and so do we as an offense. So, we've stressed the importance of other players contributing to the pass game as much as Devante's contributed. I know that's been a real positive for us this year, and we'll continue to use him. But I think it's important for these other players to have opportunities as well.
In the past, some of the criticisms about Devante have been about professionalism and even things as far as taking care of his body, not getting enough sleep, diet. How has all that been with him, and has that contributed to what we're seeing?
Yeah, I think he's been outstanding as far as his overall preparation, what he's done in the classroom, how he's developed, how he's really improved in that area. I think it contributes greatly to his success. I know his preparation right now, I would describe as he's doing a good job, and he's really been a great example to the other guys in that room of, the importance of preparation and how that can really lead to success on the field. And I know that Devante has been somebody that throughout the offseason and up to this point has really been consistent for us in all areas.
Chad, Jakeem Grant, is it a matter of him just being healthy And how is he evolving in this offense now that he is healthy?
Yeah, I think that the health is really important for him. Obviously, if he's out there, he's going to have a chance to contribute. And I think this last game was a good example of some of the contributions he can make in different ways, whether it's running the football. I know that there were some opportunities that he had in the past game that really didn't show up because maybe we had some protection issues, but there were definitely some times that he was open and sometimes that, he was able to be productive for us. So I think it's a matter of increased opportunities for him. His health has been something that's been important. So if you're out there and you're available to us as a team, then you're going to have opportunities to make plays. So he's definitely taken advantage of that here the last couple of weeks.
Chad, there's never been a greater disparity than there was Sunday in the number of snaps between Gesicki and the tight end.
Yeah.
In your mind, has he morphed from a guy who's a specialist as a receiving tight end to a guy whose blocking is competent enough to be a full-time, not every down tight end, but most down tight end?
Yeah, definitely there was an increase in snaps, and some of that was the way the game went for us as far as when it became more pass oriented there at the end. But he's definitely developed his game, and I don't see him just as a pass receiving tight end. I think that he's really made improvements in that area. We've used him on run downs, and it's good to have the balance to just not only have him out there on pass downs, but I think that there's growing confidence in him on the run downs, and certainly he'll have opportunities in that area as he will in the pass game.
Chad, philosophically, as you build an offense, are you a guy who thinks get the quarterback first? Are you a guy who believes build the trenches first, or you do it any way you can? How do you view that?
Yeah, I think it happens really almost simultaneously. It's important. Those two positions are so critical to the success of your offense, and I think that obviously the offensive line position is very important. The quarterback position, they depend on each other so heavily. That's the thing about that is that you really rely so heavily on each other in those areas position-wise. So, I know that our offensive line situation this year, we've had a lot of moving parts, and we're trying to get some continuity. But the quarterback position, just like the running back position in Kalen Balaj, relies so heavily on the 10 other guys out there, including the offensive line.
And which would you think is more important if you're building, or which way would you tend to go?
Yeah, I don't know if I would say one over the other. They're both. I think that all positions, are important. Obviously, the quarterback position is the most talked about position, and is very important to your offense and your organization. But certainly, I wouldn't slight the offensive line and the importance of that position also, because without good offensive line play, you're not going to have good quarterback play for the most part. So I think they really depend on each other.
With the Davenport decision, I know this is about getting an evaluation for everybody on the team, but you just mentioned that continuity had been such an issue with that unit. Had he outperformed Webb, or is Webb with the shin? What went into the thought process?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of factors involved in the choice of Davenport this week. One of which he was a player that had some real positive signs prior to his injury, so we were really looking forward to seeing him again. Just like all positions, injuries definitely factor into that, just the health of a certain player at a certain position. So I think it's a combination of factors involved in that. Davenport had an opportunity to play, and then Webb came in replace of him because of injury late in the game. So I think it's something we always try to get the best guys out there, and it's an ongoing process for us on the evaluation. We definitely wanted to see Davenport again because we had seen him earlier, and there were some real positive signs to what he did earlier. So I think it's a kind of a combination of factors that it's involved in the choice of him playing this past week.
Why did you guys decide to get Laird involved a whole bunch, especially later in the last game?
Yeah, I think that he's definitely proven over time since he's been here that he's very reliable, especially in some of the past situations. So that's an area that is a strength for him. So as the game became, more pass for us late in the game, we have confidence in him in that area that he would go in there and, not only produce as a pass receiving running back, but could also do a good job in protection and handle the multiples of that. Just like I think our other backs can. I have confidence in Kalen and Gaskin that they could go in there and function both in the pass game and the run game. And I don't have to alter what I'm calling as the play caller because one guy's in there relative to the next guy.
And very quickly, Miles Gaskin's performance, I think 7 snaps, I know he had the drop pass, but what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I thought, again, this is the second week in which he's had limited snaps, but the snaps that he's had, he's done good on. You know, I mean, he's been dependable as far as his assignment. You know, I know he had the tough ball that would have been a tough catch on the one, but he really, you know, has been dependable for us in preparation. He kind of continues to be dependable for us on the limited snaps he has, and if he continues to do that, he'll have increased opportunities for us offensively. Good. You guys have a great day.